In this video, I'm going to be going through another one of the questions from the mock exam that we've put on the Sociology Explained website. So if you haven't seen, we've uploaded 2 completely free full mock exam papers for paper 1 that you can use to practice and prepare before your upcoming exam. So this next question was this one here, which has outlined 3 criticisms of subcultural theories. So this is the kind of question that students often struggle with because the wording could be slightly confusing, because it's saying outline 3 criticisms of subcultural theories. So what's important not to do is to make the mistake of thinking this question is asking you to think of 3 arguments made by subcultural theorists, because although subcultural theorists are kind of critical in their way of thinking, this is not asking you to name what they say, it's asking you to think of 3 ways you could criticize their criticisms, essentially. So of course, with these styles of questions, there's always more than 3 things you could say, but you need to have 3 sort of main points here for a 6-mark question like this, where you just give the point, a little explanation, and do that 3 times. So the first way you could criticize subcultural theorists is by saying that increasingly in contemporary society, students don't have such fixed identities and fixed subcultures, but instead they move through different groups and they have sort of different, more complex identities and social groups. Also, you could criticize subcultural theories by saying that they often focus a lot on white male working class students, so this therefore isn't reflective of society more broadly. So this is particularly a good criticism when you're talking about Willis, for example, and his study of the lads, who of course all male, quite a small sample size, and this doesn't include studies of particularly female groups, although obviously some theories have done that, but you could say as an often trend, that's one way you could criticize. Also, you could say that in contemporary society, where career paths and economic life is far more turbulent, people are less likely to join something like an anti-school subculture, as they need the economic stability of doing well in school, and that's something that's changed since those sort of big subcultural theorists of the 80s, like Willis, who was again talking about these boys who kind of knew they were going to go into industrial labour jobs when they left school, but that's increasingly less common, and people feel they need to do well in school as they won't have that job waiting for them when they finish school. As I said, if this is helpful and you want to have a go at doing these mocks, go onto the website and have a go at finding those mocks. And also, for advice on the other questions in the mocks, you can find some of them throughout the feed, and also I'll be doing more videos on how to answer different questions from there too.